Here's our next project, the seat pan. This is what came with it. Pretty rough. I think you can still use it for what it is. So we'll have to straighten the edges out, grind the tab and bolt off of it, get rid of that chicken shit there, figure out how we're going to fit it on here. So I know I'd like to have it tab into the front so it slides in and it comes to a good stop. Then when it sets into the back, I want to have some sort of pin. I don't want to have used any tools to get the seat on and off. So you can make some sort of release, either a pull pin or a push pin or a lever. Yeah, I gotta do some figuring on that. First things first though, let's get this thing cleaned up, get all the crap cut off it. Throw it in the sandblaster, get it blast off some of that rust. Alright, we'll get to it. Alright, so we got our seat pan all cleaned off best we could. Just took the wire wheel to it, called that a day. Wheel, shoot. There's our first issue. Our seat pan contacts our fender. I did not see that coming. Cool. Alright, so dang it. Now what are we gonna do? Either cut into our fender or cut into our seat pan. Crap. Dang, that'd be a long ways too. Now what are we gonna do? Alright. Let me look at this for a minute, figure out what I want to do, we'll go from there. Alright, I'll be back. Alright, so that's the direction I decided to go to modify the seat pan a little bit. Theory behind it, or my thought process was, the fender is much more likely to get boogered up riding this thing around than the seat pan. If I modify the fender and I mess it up, then I'm going to have to modify the new one to make it fit. If I modify the seat pan, I can just slap a fender in there and call it good. So now we can move on to the next part, which is figuring out where and how we're going to attach this thing. So the seat itself I'm going to cover with leather, both sides, so it'll be on the bottom as well. So I'm going to have to adjust for the thickness of the leather, and I want to be able to slide it in to a pin or something, tab up there, push it down, and lock it in the back. As flimsy as it's in, I'd like to lock as far back as possible to hold it down. So I'll have one all the way up front, all the way in the back. Should lock it down real good. Right. let me see what I got for hardware, what kind of springs I got. Yeah. So we'll probably build this in first. Then once we build that in, it'll let us know how we build this in. Yeah. Alright. I'll be back. Alright, got some work done on the seat. Figured out how we're going to mount it. So on the front, we got a rod there, and that'll bolt through. And then we got our corresponding hole there. And so that, I can do this one-handed, drops on like that. And then back here, I made a plunger type setup. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. That drops there. That locks in there. Okay, so there we go. We can pull our seat on and off with no tools. We'll get two hands for this. I got to build a better knob for the back, but I'm pretty stoked about how that turned out. Need something besides an acorn nut back there. I'll weld this guy in place. Took a piece of 3/4 inch round stock, drilled a hole, and then made this plunger that goes in it with a spring. So it's got a recessed spring that sits in there, goes in there. And like I said, I'll build some sort of better ring on the back of it than this acorn nut. It's kind of hard to get a hold of. But yeah, pretty stoked on that. Alright, I'll get that welded in and seat pan fab will be done. Cool.